A US federal judge says Donald Trump unlawfully federalised members of California's National Guard. Meantime, earlier, a US senator was tackled to the ground and handcuffed after interrupting a government media conference. LA is in its 7th day of protests. Authorities concern more rallies will be taking place over coming days. Let's go live to Pete Stevanovic on the ground in LA. Pete, what is the expectation over coming hours and days as we head into the weekend? And you spoke to me yesterday about that juxtaposition between the Trump military parade in Washington and the unrest we're seeing across other cities.
Yeah, and there's actually another curveball in the mix on Saturday, our time, Kieran. The Mexican football team has got a game here in Los Angeles, so that could, stir up passions when it comes to Mexico and its feelings towards the current Trump administration. So there's another potential angle of things on Saturday. As for now, let's start off with the first point of your introduction there. That's that decision that was made by a Californian court late this afternoon that basically said Donald Trump doesn't have the power to use the National Guard here in the state of California. So that power has now been transferred to, or back to, the Californian Governor Gavin Newsom. And we pretty much saw that here on the ground almost immediately. So earlier, the California National Guard was here. Now they're not. So they've disappeared and they've been replaced by members of the LAPD who are now here in full force guarding this detention facility, which has been the focal point for protests over the past couple of days. Now, as for the protests, it's kind of dwindling as we get closer to the curfew, which starts in less than an hour's time. We've got a few dozen people who go up and goad the police every so often, and the police charge them, and so there's a bit of to and froing on that front. So as we get closer to this curfew kicking in, maybe that'll change. Maybe things will get more aggressive or not. But just back to Gavin Newsom, we've got a grab from him following this decision from the court, so let's run that.
To militarize the streets of an American city is an abomination. I'm very hopeful this order puts that in perspective, and hopefully Donald Trump will immediately back down. The courts have ruled on the Guard. They will be back under my command.
And we've had a response from the US President Donald Trump. Now, he must have been anticipating this decision because it came out on Truth Social before the actual announcement from the court. But he's gone on to say, incompetent Gavin Newscum should have been thanking me for the job we did in Los Angeles rather than making sad excuses for the poor job he's done. If it weren't for me getting the National Guard into Los Angeles, it would be burning to the ground right now. So that's the latest developments that we've got here in downtown LA this afternoon, Kieran. And then this, of course, is added to the drama of earlier today, where Kristi Noem, the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, had a press conference that was interrupted by a Californian senator. And it just goes directly to this divide at the moment that you're seeing between Californian Democrats and federal Republicans.
Indeed, Pete. We will talk to you at the top of the hour when that curfew comes into effect again.